Alright, well let's go ahead and put back on the Dark Empyrean, because everything else sucks ass. Everything else doesn't suck ass anymore, but I am forced to suck ass if I don't put on this hat. It's a very, very, very horrible trade-off, but oh well. Ooh. Got a little vault hidden behind you that you just let me fucking pillage no matter what. As soon as my dudes showed up, you just ripped off their faces instantly. But no, you're terrified of me. Or you just really, really like me, who knows, maybe you're into me. So you just let me do whatever the hell you want, stealing all of the treasure that you spent your entire military career amassing. Never mind, it's some shoes. If you spent your entire career just getting some shoes, I'll be really sad for you. And I'll probably understand just a little bit more why you ended up being a complete and utter bastard. Alright, what do we got through here? Is it literally just corpses? Corpses with tiny, tiny, tiny amounts of money. And you thought that was worth hiding behind here? I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting that there's a... Actually, yeah. That tree really does not fit its landscape. That does not belong in Cluricon at all. Is that in any way relevant?
Splendid. I was worried I would have nothing left to see to after I slaughtered these wretches.
Myrcyr? Is that what your name is? Is that how you'd fuck... Myrcyr? Myrcyr sounds way better than Myrcyr, so... Buddy, what happened to that face of yours? It looks like some of it you did on purpose. It kind of looks like it's a pattern you just couldn't afford a tattooist, so you just went at yourself with a goddamn penknife? Okay. I mean, fair enough. I guess it got the job done? Don't try this at home, kids. Come, Saturn, this ends here. Leave the house alone, Saturnin. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit less of an absolute vagina, so... Come, Saturn! This ends here. Actually, does that sound like I'm gonna kill... Maybe this is like, the option where I might be able to talk him out of it. But he's Tuatha. Why would I not want to kill a Tuatha? Whatever, I feel like Letharoon is a tiny little bitch, man. Leave the house alone.
Saturnin, you use that name so freely, but your little guess is wrong.
Good! I didn't want it to end so quickly.
I am but a blade that Saturnin has employed in his war. And now, that blade turns on you.
So you're just perfectly willing to admit that you're a pawn? Just perfectly willing to admit that you suck in comparison? I mean, I'm not scared of... What?
You are more amusing than I originally believed. But my master has given me instructions to spare you. Saturnin has a message for you to deliver to your master. This war is over. Soon the sorrows will belong to the Tuatha.
Huh. Well, now it literally can't be Bizarane, right? Unless he's really committing to this bit. Where he's perfectly willing to burn down his own home, kill all his fucking friends.
And we have nothing to show for it. No Saturnin, no safety. The Weeping King left the world with good cause. For all that is left of the House of Sorrows is ruin.
Yeah, we are a bit fucking terrible, aren't we? What do we do now?
We must return to Bizarane with this news. He will want to know what has happened here.
We have 0 leads to go off of, lady. Oh, for fuck's sake, I just drank a mana potion as well. To this day gets worse and worse and worse and fucking worse. Whatever, let's see what we got over here. Probably something I've already looted, because I kind of did spend forever just doing that. Strange, though. Normally when I try and, or normally when we finish something like this, my companion just darts off in the direction of the exit. She stayed with me. Because I was going to jump cut my sort of leaving of this place. But I get the feeling that something is definitely going to happen, because this never, ever, ever happens. Are you okay? Are you just terrified of going off alone? I know you're just meant to be a random-ass mystic. I'm so sure you're the second coming of the Weeping King. I don't think you can end up being Saturnin. I think maybe it's someone we haven't even met yet. Now, the biggest mistake the game could make here is just... Okay, you're the people I saved, that's fine. The biggest mistake the game can make here is just making it someone unbelievably boring and unmemorable that I could have spoken to at the start. Because I already have basically forgotten all of those people. I remember a few things that they were saying because it was interesting, but the people themselves, they had like no personality. They could have all been the same person for all I know. Are you going back inside? Now, obviously that's a fucking bug, but what if it isn't? Because that's pretty damn suspicious. I don't know why you would do that in plain fucking view if you were going back and, finishing off the last of your victims in there. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what the hell is happening anymore. I'm just gonna teleport out of here and never have to worry about anything ever again. Yeah, that sounds like absolutely the safest option. Drown Forest, that leads down into the Caelid Coast, which leads all the way to Alabastra, which is fucking tiny, by the way. I think Cluricon is going to be our last big area full of side quests and intrigue and factions and everything, because it really does seem like Alabastra is sort of like almost a linear path all the way into Bale. Or Amura? No, Bale is the city, right? I mean, it doesn't look like much of a city. It looks like fries just sticking out of the ground, to be honest, and not a whole lot more, but whatever. Let's teleport our way back to the House of Sorrows, because I really don't want to fight that fucking Jotun that's charging towards us. I'm surprised the game even let us fast travel with that giant lad charging us down, but I'm very happy about it. God, I should really do the main quest. I don't know how I'm constantly getting sidetracked like this. The side content in this game is orgasmic. And I'm so sad that it's probably coming to an end soon. I mean, we still have an entire DLC to do, and don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for that, but I will miss it so bad when it's gone. I really loved this game, man.
This latest wound he has dealt may be fatal.
Oh, we got the robes. Nice.
For us to succumb, and then he can find these sorrows. So that is what we will deny him. Let our losses harden our resolve. Where once we sought victory, we shall now seek attrition.
I really like the way you speak. Sometimes I hate you, other times, like very much this time, I'm basically in love with you. Just fucking have me. Well, tell me about these sorrows.
I have told you of the burden that every winter fae carries from their birth. We are to embody death and decay in our very essence. For centuries, the delvers of the House of Sorrows have been harvesting this essence from their winter brethren to relieve them of this burden. This amalgam of magic and emotion was collected and concentrated into a single powerful source, the Sorrows. And Saturnin wishes to turn that magic on the mortal armies.
So you're basically sucking out all the sad, doing the big fucking sad suck. And when it says turn that magic, do you mean the big amalgamation of big sad that you've just locked up somewhere? Because for one, where is it? How do you put it there? And how are you doing such a, like, why isn't it in the House of Sorrows? It didn't seem like he wanted to conquer this place. Oh, maybe he did. Because he has stripped this place of all its defenders. I mean, anyone who followed the House of Sorrows set the House of Sorrows on fire despite the fact that containing the fucking sorrows is not particularly smart. But I mean, is anyone in this entire fucking world smart? Amalur just exudes stupidity. Every single moment I spend here, I lose at least 3 brain cells. And I only have 12 remaining. Why does he want the sorrows?
It is a difficult magic for a mortal mind to grasp. But the accumulation of centuries of sorrows is a fearsome weapon indeed. The burden of a single lifetime of sorrows can be debilitating. Their impact can instill madness or drive a life to end itself. Saturnin would hold
What a weird way of saying that.
With them, he could obliterate an army's morale and send them from victory to bedlam.
So how do we find the sorrows?
Their location is an ancient secret. Only 2 Fae, the eldest, know. They left the house centuries ago to reside in Damelrock. The way to them is blocked by the Great Scale, a mighty spell which you must bypass. That alone will open your path to the eldest. You must kill beasts on the pans of the scale. Death is the only weight it will bear.
What? How? How did you even set that up? How does any of that... Whatever, I'm not going to question it, because nothing... Questioning things in this world it's just a terrible idea. Every single time. So why do we need these ancient fucks?
They know where the Sorrows, Saturn's true target, reside. We must rouse them from their reverie and learn from them. To reach them, one must brave the road southward to Damelrock and pass the Great Scale.
Or we could figure this out without the dementia-riddled disasters. That would probably be a much safer route, don't you think? Oh, fine. Go to Damelrock. At least it's got a really badass name. But it's all the way down in the Caelid coast. Which means that is a place I am not going to for a very, very long time. So I guess the sad suck... Oh, okay, I was wondering where you were. I genuinely thought that was supposed to represent something for a second, because she didn't even show up in... Oh, I could probably talk to you, can't I? Because she didn't even show up here again, next to her master, where she's normally doing the big prey. So yeah, the sad suck will have to be put on hold for just a little while, but not before I talk to Tea Bread right here. What was I calling you? I think it was Tea Bear, but Tea Bread works better.
Is there something I can be of help with?
No.
Farewell.
Surprising. Are you serious? We just went on that fucking incredible mission together. We did all of that shit. You saw all of your friends, all of your former colleagues and brothers and sisters of the Order, saw all of their lovely little fucking corpses strewn across the battlefield. And you're just fine. You're just perfectly happy. You performed the sad suck on yourself, I guess. I don't know if that's possible. But surely if you're sucking the sad out of yourself, then you're sucking it back into yourself, and it's a horrible fucking cycle of sad. Whatever. Let's go ahead and... What am I talking about? That's the item find sidearm. I might be taking a break in a minute, because my brain is completely non-functional. I feel genuinely dumber than throughout all of last week, where my brain was just not working in the slightest. I don't know what's going on there. I guess it is just to do with the illness. I really hope so. That or lockdown has just completely broken me. And now I am just a completely shattered man. I guess we will never know. So let's distract from the fact that I am now clearly very, very brain damaged. And let's talk to Sidon.
Gadfro's voice has fallen silent in this land. The Tuatha are frightened and disorganized. They run back to Alabastra to make their final stand. We owe you much. Our eyes are opened and our blades unsheathed. Cluricon is won.
I don't think that's the case, dude.
Between us and the final goal.
I just found so many Tuatha in Cluricon.
And I can take you to an old friend who knows the next step.
Does it happen to be the Elder? Oh, Ventrinio! He's going to devour me, isn't he?
Yes, we will take you to his filthy
Thank you for the response.
island of
It makes me feel so much
He
better.
hides within, and has not emerged in some time. I would like nothing more than to let him rot there. But he knows of a way past the Sentinel of the House of Pride. But there will be more danger on the path ahead. Take these blades to prepare for whatever troubles you will face at his tower or beyond.
Can't you do more to help? No, maybe we can actually do something ourselves for once, don't you think? That would probably be a good idea. Can we ever come up with a plan ourselves? Like, I know we're riddled with amnesia, but we have been in this world for a decent amount of time now, right? Like, it's a good plan. I'm not saying that you're I'm not saying that you suck or anything, and I'm very willing to do whatever the fuck you tell me to, because you're a very pretty boy. But I mean, come on. Give me something to attach myself to Letherune with. Everyone just tells me what to do all the time. Lead the way.
Far to the southwest, there is a darkened tree by the Caelid coast. Meet me there, and we can walk the shadow to the gnome's tower. Ljosalfar will be waiting there. She was most insistent to join in whatever business you have with the Collector of the Dead.
How can I reach
Meet
Ventrinio?
at the Caelid coast. The Winter Fae know of a shadow path to Ventrinio's island.
Definitely being led through this place way faster than I remember being led through Detir or the Plains or anything like that. Agarth, you got anything to say? Also, I swear he looks more and more badass every time we see him. Like, he's never in full fucking warrior gear, but I guess he is a mix of, badass sword boy and badass flames coming out of the goddamn hands boy, right? So...
I leave that one to you.
What does that even mean? When am I doing that now? Please come with me. Oh yeah, I forgot, your beard isn't nearly fucking cool enough to join me on a half-decent fucking mission. I mean, this part, absolutely, oh, it's wank-worthy. And then you get to this little braided part, and you've literally just beheaded it as soon as it was starting to get good. Why have you done this? Why have you neutered your own fluff? Oh, God, you disappoint me. Cider.
Poseidon's a snake, but he's still on our side. Why, I remember when he helped rescue my fiancée from Rassanon, back in my younger days.
Aww, you had someone you actually gave a fuck about. Good for you.
After all that. He has that effect.
Does he? I don't know, man. I'm not particularly attracted to triangles, but fine, whatever, let's not question it. Bit of thrust.
I wondered what happened to the Winter Fae when Gadflow took control. Seems that they formed the Bitter Frost.
I mean, no, like 5 of them did.
Nothing left to lose. We couldn't ask for a better ally.
There's also the House of Sorrows also trying to ask fuck the Tuatha, but no one in the main quest seems to give a single shit about them. I don't know why. They're amazing. I'm in love. Aelin.
I won't lie. Aylin's been a big help. She saved me once or twice at Myrcyr when she could have just let me die. Still can't shake the feeling that she's hiding something. But whatever it is, it's probably not too sinister. Probably.
It's either literally that we used to bang, or she's some kind of eldritch demon way scarier than Gadflow. I'm really starting to think that Gadflow isn't the all-encompassing murder boy at the end of this game. I don't want to think it's Aelin or anything like that, because I really like Aelin. She's so fucking cool, and I don't think it is gonna be. I get the feeling that maybe we fight the god or something, and we're gonna start learning a hell of a lot more about, like, Gadflow's, hello, brain, do you want to fucking function? Gadflow's god is all I need to say. You know that word that I said like 3 times in a row, just in the exact same sentence? Yeah, apparently I forgot what that was for a minute. But yeah, if we get to take on Gadflow's ghostly fucking lover, then that would be pretty damn cool. Because it's not that he's pathetic or anything. He's not intimidating. He doesn't, like, strike fear into me. I don't even really hate him, because I'm not really given a reason to. He just seems evil for the sake of being evil. His motivations haven't really been made clear yet. So it's just sort of like, oh yeah, he's just another guy that I can burn the face off of. That sounds fun. Coming to get Ventrinio?
No, I think you can handle that one by yourself. I have some work to do with the army in Cluricon.
But I miss you. It's been so long since we've actually been able to fight a mission with Agarth. When we followed it, now this is going way back to near the start of the game, but when we were able to do like the Theater of Destiny or the Theater of Fates or whatever the fuck with him, I absolutely loved that. I miss being able to have, not companions, but important people to the story actually bothering to do shit with you. It's so cool. So where are you sending me? Meet allies on the coast of Cluricon. All the way down there. Huh. Alright, well I guess the easiest way to get... Wow, what the fuck is that? Is that all of the keening that we have explored? Because this seems like a very tiny amount. I imagine that's Gennig. That's obviously the Fallen Hall over here somewhere. I'm sure these connect up somehow. There are a lot of areas that I want to check out. Because my map looks disgusting right now. When nothing's connected, oh, my OCD is screaming, man. So I think we're going to make our way down to the Alpha camp. I'm going to connect up these two. I might just run around for a little bit, guys. It's not interesting for you, so I might jump cut. But I just want my map to look decent, so my brain can stop literally weeping. Because eventually it will just drown in its own goddamn tears, and no one wants that to happen. Get the fuck out of here. I think my brain wants it to happen, to be honest, after I've been torturing it with so many lore dumps just over and over and over again. My brain is literally full. It's literally about to burst if I learn one more thing about the Winter Fae. So that is exactly what we're about to do. I'm going to seek out all the side quests possible, and I'll see you guys when I actually find anything. Excuse me. See you guys when I actually find anything interesting. Also, I'm going to use this opportunity to take a little bit of a break because my brain is falling apart, and I will see you guys when something happens. Thank you guys for putting up for me being... What? What? No? Why? Where? Where did you even come from? That's not allowed. I kind of forgot just how good that attack is, by the way, and I want to do it all the time. Alright, well, you can go... I think I'm gonna die. There's no way to dodge during that. That is such an asshole stun lock. I don't even know where this is gonna put me. And I don't like the phrase asshole stun lock, but you know what I mean. It is a stun lock that is also an asshole. Let's make our way, not someone stun locking an arsehole. That's a lot more disturbing. But yes, I thought it was going to be a boss fight, that's why I almost included it, but no, it's just one of those dudes we've seen so many times. So, thank you guys for putting up with me being a bit fucking broken over the course of, to be honest, this entire series, but especially today. And, oh, that looks so cool. I love forcing people to backflip against their will, which is something you guys did not need to know about me. Please don't arrest me. But yeah, I will see you guys real soon when we come across a side quest. Or maybe actually bother to go after the main quest, which is also a thing. Uh-oh. What the hell is that? Why is the air on fire? I mean, sure, I like the pretty lights. Oh, that's why the air is on fire. They weren't just fucking pretty lights now, were they? And why can't I summon down the sun? There's the sun. Okay, the game was just being an absolute arsehole for a second. And I'm very, very, very surprised whatever side quest giver that is off in the distance hasn't immediately shat themselves and ran at the sight of whatever the hell that was. Unless maybe it's a corpse that is giving me a mission, because that tends to happen quite a lot. Oh no, no, it's just a fae who have all the fucking emotional spectrum of a corpse, so makes sense. They don't even know what fear is.
Do not be alarmed, young one. I am not your enemy. Not all of the winter
Dude, nothing alarms this boy. Okay, so, oh, you're a trainer. Who I can't even ask about his training. What do you even do? I literally don't know what you want me to level up. That's so shit. Tuatha.
I don't understand them or their new god. My friends among them have become wild, not like themselves at all.
That's because they're being jammed full of fucking crystals.
In their beliefs.
And not even the meth kind, and that'd be bad enough. The keening.
Even here, the Tuatha created death and destruction. When they summoned Baelor, the region was consumed in flames. It will be a long time before anything grows in the charred path he left behind.
It's really weird, because a lot of the time we are told that Tuatha are feral and shit like that, and they have no control. They don't have, like, they're not as sentient as they once were when they were, you know, regular-ass Winter Fae. But then we see them talk, then we see them communing, then we see them sort of acting like people or whatever the fuck, sitting around a campfire, actually, like, looking happy and shit. And I don't know if it's just exaggeration. I don't know if we're, like, trying to, no, I nearly said dehumanize, but I guess that's the only word I have for that. You can't really say defaize. So, you know what I mean. Trying to make them out to be much worse than they are. I mean, obviously they're fucking terrible still, and they're committing all the atrocities in the entire world right now. Breaking all the atrocity records. Good for you guys, good for you. I knew you'd get there eventually. But I don't know. I don't know if they're supposed to be completely brain dead, or like a hive mind that are constantly following things, but then why do they scream orders to each other? If they're a hive mind, I don't know. Hopefully that'll be explained eventually. Maybe they're being controlled directly through the crystals. But then once again, they wouldn't need to scream orders. Liorden.
I joined the Tuatha when they came, even as other that I cared for fell under their spell. The great cycle and the balance are what I follow. This war of theirs is lunacy.
So what are you doing all the way out here?
I am awaiting the return of my beloved Alea. She fell under the spell of the Tuatha and marched north with their vile army. Among them she perished, one of the many to fall at Myrcyr. I wonder, could you help me with a small task? I need this ring placed inside of a hollow.
Why can't you do
I
it?
am forbidden from entering Ranil.
What did you do to the corpses?
Tuatha, I tried to convince her that it was lunacy, but her belief was fanatical. She banished me from her presence and that of her hollow.
Oh, that's so mean. Fine, I'll place the ring, but I get the feeling I have to slaughter all of your fucking friends' corpses along the way.
There is a small altar at its bottom. Place the ring there. I wish to show Alea.
Place the ring in the bottom. Got it.
I wait for her still.
Well, I can ask quite a few questions here. Tell me about Alea.
Beloved, we have always been together through every turn of the great cycle. But with the coming of the Tuatha, she changed. She no longer cared for the balance, only for their new god.
She's like thousands of years old and she's still stupid enough to do this?
She marched with the Tuatha army to Myrcyr and fell during the battle.
I probably murdered your wife.
Ranil is a fey hollow on the southern edge of the Keening. It is where Alea returns after each turn of the great cycle.
Alright. I'll see what I can do, I guess. True to the cycle. This is a pretty cool quest. I really like this. It wants me to go down there, but there's also something off in this direction. Man, there's a massive chunk of the Keening that I just did not know existed. Baylor's Crossing? Is this Baylor's Crossing, or is it just because it's a cross? I imagine that's the case, but there's nothing going on over here. Just yet Moshotun. Because that is all the Keening could give a fucking single shit about. Enodon's Justice. I think that's one of the ones we have seen the least throughout the world, and therefore I have no idea what you are. Please fucking tell me. Oh, it's crits. Okay. My favorite. Should we just go down to Alea? I feel like we might as well do this right now. I'm charging right past you, though. I was gonna say I can't give less of a shit, but you've got chests. You might have borderline sorta maybe okay loot, and that is what I live for. So... Oh my god, I thought your hammer was a person. I thought it was like some kind of horrible blue ghost man, and everything in this session is jump scaring me. I don't know if it's just because my brain is functioning so very low that I'm startled at even my own fucking shadow and shit, but I don't know. Can I just have a brain again? It was really nice when I was borderline smart. Impregnable cow. Alright, well let's make sure we don't get our hat pregnant, and let's ride into battle. Against literally nothing, because we killed the only dudes that have ever set foot in this fucking area. Okay, never mind. This leads me down some boggarts. How exciting. I want more side quests, man. It's the land of the Winter Fae. I love it to all hell already, but we've had maybe a tenth of the side quests that we've had in like... Oh, for fuck's sake. Like, compare Dalentar to this place. It's such a stark difference. It's insanity. And I don't think I've ever seen an icy version of you. You're a Horrornox. Yeah, I feel like I would remember that name. That sounds absolutely horrifying. I mean, horror is literally in the name. What do you expect? Get the fuck out of here. No. Yet you still launch fire? You confusing little fuck? Huh? Yeah, that's definitely deserving of a big sippy. I do not trust my bone boy to do any of that shit on his own, but then that's ice, as far as I can tell. Except, it did seem like maybe you completely resisted fire, so I don't know what to do with you at all. As long as you're constantly slamming into that dude instead of me, then I'm fine with it. Right, okay, we gotta try the big flame. It did nothing. I don't know what to do to you, ice. It doesn't say you're vulnerable to it. It doesn't put out your fucking flame or anything like that. Oh. I just needed to get a half-decent hit with that. Maybe your hitbox is a fucks? I don't know, but you crumpled in the most pathetic way. Oh, that was almost cute. I almost felt bad if you hadn't made me use 3 fucking potions along the way. I hate you. Alright, what do we got here?
Until one night...
Oh, it's a Stone of Winter. It's not even Gloricon.
Course, and Gadflow, like an errant thread frayed from the weave, took the crown from Mathon's head. A joke, he said. A joke. And the court swayed in laughter. For Gadflow's was often like the mockingbird, with many calls, but none of his own. He placed the crown upon his head and, smiling, took a crimson sword. He betrayed the Fae with a swing of his newfound freedom.
Was that also a joke? Was the murder a joke? Because if it was a joke, then that's clearly fucking fine. All the Fae will laugh and we can just go about our fucking business again. Like, is all this genocide also a joke? Because if you just say that again, buddy, I'm sure they'll forgive you, because they seem to do... What was that? Stealing the crown of the king. Like, I've never really seen, the Fae, especially the Winter Fae, as the most laid back of creatures. What the fuck are you talking about? In what way are they just gonna forgive that shit? Renewing gem, and absolutely nothing else. Oh yeah, sorry, I was expecting to get into a lot of combat around here, and then I remembered, no, it's just a lovely little crypt. Maybe we'll find a single boggart in here, but... Oh, it's a thresh. I guess you're borderline a bit, maybe kinda scary? Sorry, my voice is going a little bit. Not my voice actually going, but there is, horrible goo in the way of it sometimes, which you guys do not need to know about, but I have told you about anyway. God, I hate being sick. Flawless flamed hilt. Guardian, I mean, it's blue, which means it'll sell for an okay amount, and of course, I so desperately need the money with my 5.5 million gold. Why don't I just dump at least 2 million on the next peasant I see? I just wish that was an option. I feel bad hoarding it all. Uh-oh. I did not mean to fuck that up so hard, but apparently it still worked. Whatever, I'll take it. I will absolutely take it. And I will meteorite whatever poor little fucks are living. No, you're not getting the meteorite, actually. I lied! What are you gonna do about it? Oh, no. You're the explosive boys, aren't you? I think the zealots are the suicide bombers. I could be wrong, because I so very rarely ever get hit by a boggart, I don't even know what a boggart is anymore. But I feel like that makes sense. Zealots, jihadists, it's the exact same thing, right?